Hello, I'm Ben. Welcome to the channel. So today we're going to talk about how to boost your brain health. And this is 5 habits specifically to boost your brain health, which I think is something that everyone should take into consideration. It's going to go through different techniques and styles, but I will say this. There are notably different types of intelligence, okay? Some people are very good at certain things, but poor at other things and vice versa. So what you want to do is you don't want to think that you're limited in any specific capacity. I think it was Albert Einstein that said, if people made trees the goal, then fish would fail every test, right? Because fish are no good in trees, but they're excellent in the water. So that was the suggestion that I think makes a lot of sense. So in this video, we're going to go through a few things to help boost your brain health. But I'll tell you, if you want to learn a little bit more about that intelligence that we're talking about, this is the best book that I've found, Successful Intelligence. I think if you look at that, I'll tell you a little bit more about how people think to begin with. And this is by Robert Sternberg. And then you have Now Discover Your Strengths, which is an excellent book. And if you buy that book, you can also get the lectures on that. There's actually a workbook that goes along with that. And that's this Finding Strengths 2.0. And these things actually work with your personality a little bit to tell you what jobs you may specifically be interested in and what you want to go after like that. But let's get into these 5 habits. So number 1 is follow Japan's 80 rule, which is eat until you're only 80% full. Overeating makes the body less active. You get sluggish when you're too full, and you limit your energy because you're diverting all that blood to digestion. So that's a good idea. Nobody has time for a food coma. And then it says, so at lunch, provide nutritious foods, prioritize nutritious foods, eat slowly to calibrate your fullness and stop eating at 80% full. I would say less than that. Lunches for me typically are very light. I'll have a granola bar or 2, or I'll have some coffee and a granola bar or 2, or 1 piece of meat if I'm doing keto at the time. I'll eat 1 or 2 pieces of meat and try to keep it very, very lean. I like my largest meal either basically in the afternoon. I don't eat a heavy supper after that, but like 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock maybe would be the time for my largest meal is what I prefer. Otherwise, it impacts my sleep patterns. If I eat too much too late, I can't sleep, and that actually will limit your brain activity as well. So number 1 is follow that 80% rule, don't get too full. Okay, number 2 is stay hydrated. Your brain is 73% water. Being dehydrated is by as little as 2% will impair your clear thinking. That's a fact. And then carry water with you. We've gone overboard with that these days. You got people walking around with gallon jugs and hydration packs on their back when they're taking a mile walk. Just be sensible about that. And I always say have a bottle or a cup at your desk that you can refill. Most companies have reverse osmosis water, so it's actually better than water you get from anywhere else. And it beats from drinking from bunches of different plastic containers and creating all of that garbage. So number 2 is stay hydrated. Number 3 is take walking meetings. I've mentioned this in a previous video, and it talks about Steve Jobs again in this. Nietzsche also said it, and so did Aristotle. All 3 of those cats like to walk around to open their brains. Aristotle specifically said that he could teach better if he was walking because the different things his mind saw would bring up different ideas to him, which he could better pass on to those that he was the tutor of. So walking does make your brain move around. Fresh air helps you. It says here that each used walking as a strategic tool for clear thinking. In the words of Nietzsche, he said, all truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. I don't disagree with that. He also said some cute things about golf and some of the things there. So a good walk is number 3, take walking meetings. Number 4 is have a strong rest ethic. Sleep is vital for the brain, and it's vital for the brain's restoration and recovery. So you want to prioritize 7+ hours of nightly sleep and take power naps as needed. So here's the point. If you can't sleep for 7 hours straight, which I can't, I get 4 to 5 hours before I'm up again. I typically would do something like this in the middle of the night. I can't tell you how many videos I've done that were 3 or 4 in the morning where I slept for 2 or 3 hours, got up, did something for a little bit, and slept for another 2-3 hours. That to me is better. It's more productive, and I get more REM sleep. I typically get the REM sleep faster by doing that. And anything more than that, as you get older, folks, especially in your 40s and 50s, the longer you sleep, the more your body hurts. So you'll actually get up hurting if you sleep for too long or you stay still for too long. So just something to know out there. So number 4 is have a strong rest ethic. Number 5 is avoid energy vampires. This is the most important part of protecting your brain. Spend more time with people who give you energy and they're not negative. Positive people are the way to go. Spend less time with those who steal your energy and are negative, overly negative in conversation. That is just a straight suggestion around living a better, happier life. You want to be around positive people. If you're around people that complain all the time, people that complain never solves problems. And they can't solve any problems because they want to complain instead. Those people, they're in the way of everything. If you're a productive person, then what you want to do is anything that you're thinking about, you want to take one of those walks and think about determining how to beat those problems versus standing around and complaining. So this little list will be a thumbnail of the video. If you like subject matter such as this, I am trying to make a few videos very quickly this week just because I want to speed up the pace on some of them. A lot of them have been 20 minutes plus. So we're going to go with some shorter videos for a little while. But these things are important, and brain health does impact how you respond, how you react to stress, how you react to other people that are giving you stress. So make sure you take care of yourself. That self-care is probably the most important of what we do daily. Please like, please share. I'm Ben. Please subscribe. Be good.